A little slow there. Sorry, guys. Happy Monday, all. Welcome back from the DAO. It is now time for the weekly Ops Sprint. First up, we have support and not sure. Oh, Mogi. Sent you an invite, Mogi. GM Mogi.
What's up? Happy Monday,
Our,
everyone.
yeah, happy Monday.
Yeah, so this past week we had 60 tickets between Zendesk and Discord. Our median reply time's at 5 hours, median resolve time at 17 hours. We had several tickets regarding trades using the Thor chain as a protocol. Some users asking about how fees are calculated, and one to mention as well was a user trading AVAX as the input, which resulted in what looked like completed trades, but the outgoing trade coin never actually arrived in the wallet. As you know, PTT, we relayed this to ops and engineering, who quickly discovered we had a bug. The issue has since been resolved, so shout out to ops and engineering for helping out with that in a timely fashion, and the user was also refunded. We also get keep key tickets quite often, and usually having the user update their firmware and bootloader resolves the issues they're experiencing. Highlander has been a big help lately as well, offering support in the Keep Key Discord. So yeah, if you have a Keep Key, you should check out their Discord. There's usually a lot of activity going on in there. Also, we got about half a dozen tickets regarding vulnerability reports over the past week. Support is directing them to submit their findings on Hack and Proof, since we have now outsourced to them for security reports. And I'm working on an Earn with Idle Finance article that should be live sometime this week. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Hit me up if you need anything, and thanks for your time.
GM, thanks, Mogi. Next up, we got H Payne and Marketing. GM H Payne, how are you?
GM Ron, doing wonderful today. It's a beautiful, sunny mid-December Monday, and I'm so happy to be here. How are you doing?
Not nearly as sunny or warm. So
It's like 65 out. It's wonderful. Anyways,
feels like 12, I think.
That's terrible. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
That's Fahrenheit.
Oh, that sucks. Straight up. Last week, well, not last week, but rather on the 6th of this month, given we didn't really do one of these boys last week, we had the Cow Swap release go out, and as well as an email that sort of did a quick follow, as well as the following week, of course, as everyone is aware, the DAO Wow going forward. We have a new marketing direction and messaging sort of ideas floating around. It's going to be super exciting. This week, there's a little bit of limited marketing support as we wind up for the holidays and reflect and do some validated learning and reflections based on what worked and what didn't, so we can hit 2023 ground running. Very, very excited for that. Office hours are tomorrow for marketing. Please, please, please show up and show your support and hear of all the awesome, cool things we're doing. It is going to be so awesome. You will not regret showing up, but you will regret not showing up? ? So anyways, TLDR, please come to the office hours tomorrow. We are excited to have you and hear from you as we tell you all the cool things we've been up to. Yeah, that's it. It's a pretty quiet week for us, Ron.
Thank you, HVAC. Next up, we have the Smith and Globalization. GM the Smith, how are you?
Well, GM, I'm good, and I'm happy to know that everyone had a good time in DAO Wow. So that's great. And how about you, PTT? Are you good?
Yeah, doing good. Are you recovered from your surgery?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I've been back since last week. So yeah, Global is operating normally. And for our updates, right, we just finished our proposal. Actually, we are reviewing it. The new globalization proposal, and we just added Turkish and Ukrainian translations. So we are working with bounty hunters on these languages, in addition to run our weekly translation flow. And also from that side, we are working on gloves at the moment. We just received the SOTs, so we are also working on merchandising and hope we can join you guys in Ethereum labor soon. And that's all for globalization. Thank you.
Thank you, Smith. Next up, we got Giantkin in the mod squad. GM Giantkin.
GM, everyone. Loving this nice cold weather, right?
Wonderful.
The last 7 days, obviously 23 members. We were a little ghost county this week. The last 14 is 106. We've had somewhere between 4 and 7 raids. Depends on how you count them. Like there were a couple of them were like slow raids. It was like ongoing, but it's kind of split up. So I counted twice. So probably closer to 4 really just longer, bigger raids. There's still random scam links. They're definitely more common. Don't click those random weird links. And that's all I have. Thanks. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, GK. Next up, we got Diggy and the product team. GM Diggy.
GM, sorry, there was a delay there on my unmute. Happy Monday, everybody. Yeah, so just catching back up after the DAO Wow, and and then the roadmap for the next 3 months, working to get that up through governance. So probably today or tomorrow, I'll get that up on ideation for feedback. There was a lot of good feedback at the DAO Wow, and then we all kind of sat down and went through the agenda with engineering for the next couple of months. So anything that's still in flight is now going to be reflected in that. But yeah, so that'll get up through ideation soon. And then the product workstream renewal is up. If you haven't voted, please vote. Voting actually ends today. That went up last week. And I think it ends this afternoon. And then just a reminder, most of the product will have limited availability next week. A lot of people will be out, but probably still checking DMs and Discord tags and stuff like that. And then the Thor chain grant proposal, the changes are up based on the feedback we got from 9 Realms a couple weeks ago, and they are getting that in front of their committee. So we should know a little bit more about that soon. And then just a reminder for everybody that had smarkles that they need to flush out. I will be setting up a meeting on those after the holidays, probably that first week of January. Thanks.
Thanks for that reminder, Diggy. HPain, if you could really type that up for us, that'd be great. Looks like engineering did not get to it this morning. I don't know if they are around or not. So we will go straight to ops. Oh,
yeah.
Welcome back up.
Yeah, they're mostly not around. I think Gomes will have some limited availability off and on, and but mostly, yeah, they're not around. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks, Iggy. For ops this week, we have the new marketing feature release thread, which sounds like it'll be pretty quiet for the next week or two. Post DAO work begins. Probably a number of proposals you'll be seeing that'll come out of that. Diggy had just talked about one. I'll likely be posting one about multi-sig. I'm still collecting some feedback on that in incubation. If anyone wants to contribute to that and get your voice heard, that'd be great if I can get that earlier on. Triage report for the last 2 weeks, 5 issues reported, 1 reported resolved, 3 wall functionality, and 2 trade DeFi. Ops office hours is canceled this week for the holidays. Again, appreciating all the feedback everyone's giving, and any and all feedback for the app is welcomed. For the week of 12/12, I think that's right. 14 PRs and 3 repositories by 7 contributors, 0 new bounties, and 0 closed. About that. Next up, we got Kenta Tokenhouse. GM Kent, how's your singing voice?
It's recovered. It was a little bit hoarse the day after, but that was awesome. I think the last time we shared a stage was on the karaoke stage, rocking a duet of Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, buddy. Good times.
Good times, my man. So yeah, GM, everybody, GM to those that made it to the retreat, and for those that didn't, I think there's going to be so many cool things coming out of this. One of the follow-ups for me is at the retreat, I led a strategy session. We had a lot of interesting thoughts about where the company is and where it's headed. So looking ahead to like first half of Jan, we're going to be doing, I'll lead a strategy focused session using those specific things that we talked about, specifically strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to sort of guide next actions. Again, the thought with a lot of this stuff isn't just to kind of call it out and be aware of it, but hopefully, maybe create action plans and actually, things that will lead to action. Also incoming within the next few weeks, it's really hard to believe that, but we're almost at the end of the year. Thus, we're almost at the end of the tokenomics proposal. I will be outlining the proposal for Q1 and Q2 of next year in the coming weeks. In terms of the tokenomics schedule, we'll have our usual call as normal tomorrow, covering the usual stuff. And then no call the following week. So tokenomics, much like the rest of the DAO, will go into kind of holiday mode, but still be available for sure between or around the holidays. Unclear about TMDC. Currently, we'll do Tuesday and Thursday this week. I imagine the following week might be quiet, although the TMDC is always ready to be nimble and agile. You never know what might happen in crypto. In terms of stablecoin allocations and accrual, the LUSD bond continues to tick away via bond protocol. If you call up Etherscan, you can see that incoming via the ERC20 transactions. We're continuing to average about 4K a day on those. And just looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll have updates on Rari, Arbor, Hourglass, long-term bonds, and then, of course, the runway and more as well. So that's it for me for now, and everybody have an awesome week.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. Next up, we got the Fox Foundation, Willie Fox and Ocean. GM Willie.
GM Ron, GM Foxes. Good to be hanging out with you guys in Discord after an amazing week. Still high on all the energy from the awesome DAO. And looking forward to DAO round 2 in about a year. This week at the Foundation, our top priority right now is supporting Archeo development. Ocean and Adam are pretty focused on helping out with that. We also have the action item from the retreat to transfer the force permissions on Colony over to the DAO. Reached out to Colony for that, and it's not something we can turn on right now, but it is on the roadmap. So letting them know that's important to us, and we'll execute that transfer as soon as it's possible. Also, SCP-113 passed to hand over accounts to the DAO, and we are planning to execute that in January after everyone's back and settled from the holidays. Speaking of holidays, Ocean is going to be out for this week and back next week, and I'll be around this week but off all of next week. And we have the DAO's first conflicting proposal between SCP-115 and SCP-117. So, Tyler and Mogi, if you guys, I'm around this week to push that forward. We could get that new proposal up as soon as today, if you guys would like. And yeah, speaking of proposals, we've got a ton. We got 3 proposals live right now, and clearly some more coming soon. So make sure to vote. And it's awesome just to see everybody continuing to push stuff forward during the holidays. We're not slowing down at all. And that's all I got.
Awesome.
Back to you, Ron.
Thank you, Willie Fox. Now would be the time if anyone else has anything to raise your hand or type in the stage chat, or else we'll give everyone a few minutes back and call it a good GM. Not seeing anyone typing, so let's call it a good GM all.